Are we live? Do I see us there? Hello, everyone, by the way.
This is the Wonder Oven Pro.
That's annoying. Okay, so it does appear we are live. Lovely. And I'm only on a slight delay as well. Okay, so hi. Hi. Denver sucks. I want to see it in the chat. You know I do. Let's share my screen. Yeah. Like that. How's it going? So we are going to go over a little bit of space weather stuff right now. We are also going to talk about the title of tonight's live stream, which is Emergency Plan. And that's actually going to be a multifaceted discussion there. And then we are going to open it up for the question and answer portion of tonight. We'll see how that goes. Anyway, in the morning news today, guys, I'm sure you saw we had this X4 solar flare. It erupted from the sunspot group that's up here. Now, they have updated the Enlil spiral, and I want you guys to look at this. I'm going to make it as big as I can so you can actually see this. You'll see the coronal mass ejection coming off. There it is, right there, down there. And as you can see here, it is completely missing the Earth. The green line over to the right, this is the Earth. Red is stereo A. Green line shows absolutely nothing. And let's watch it once again and keep an eye down here at the bottom, actually. So what this red is right here, this is the coronal hole stream from the coronal hole that's on the north that we were looking at this morning. I do think it is fair to say that whatever component of the CME may have been Earth directed is ultimately going to be absorbed into the coronal hole stream. I do believe that's fair, but just as a point of being proper and being correct, look at this. Here it comes. That's a full halo eruption. There is plasma coming at Earth there. Let me see if I can zoom in even more. All right, you're going to be looking for plasma coming around this side. It's not a ton of it, but you see it? Tell me you saw that. I don't know if you guys can see this as easily. I mean, I've got literally the screen I have right here. It's a big screen. It's easy for me to see. I'm hoping you guys can see it too. Definitely a full halo eruption. So I agree 100% that practically, from a practical perspective, in terms of the solar wind expected at Earth, there is no reason to suggest that the CME really makes much of a difference. It's going to be absorbed into the coronal hole stream. However, I don't think that their Enlil spiral is accurate. It's clearly a full halo eruption here on the coronagraph, and so I do believe that their Enlil spiral is an error. But as I was just alluding to, that's of very little consequence right now. So there's that. By the way, you guys know about Pole Shift ethical skeptic Roger Cunningham's coming to the ranch next year. Tomorrow is the private premiere of the documentary at Observer Ranch, and after that, we are going to be probably announcing a lot of the events at the ranch next year. There's going to be stuff almost every weekend. Major survival stuff, key info stuff, high level stuff. We're bringing a lot of people in as well. But yeah, that's coming as well. But we did want to get Pole Shift out here first before there was any kind of fever pitch over the documentary, just in case, because I do kind of want you guys to have first crack at coming to this. And if I may, the reason why in a couple of weeks you guys are all going to be able to watch the documentary for free right here on the YouTube channel is because of goldobservers.com. They were observers before we came up with the idea of the documentary. They've been watching for a while, and they're the reason why you won't need Hulu, you won't need Netflix, Amazon. It's not going to be behind a paywall. Everyone gets to watch it for free because of goldobservers.com. And if I can remind everyone, obviously right now, precious metals not doing so bad. If there is a rapid descent, as many people watching this channel believe there will be, 99.9% of people out there are going to want it in terms of bartering. They're not going to understand you can't eat gold, etc. They're going to want it. It's going to get extremely valuable. But here's the other thing. Even in the disaster, gold is the perfect electromagnetic reflector. Drop a piece of silver in your water container, no bacteria will grow. And if you get a scrape or a cut, do you have any idea how dangerous infection is in that kind of a world? Guess what? Just put silver on it. Touching blood releases antimicrobial ions. Thank you, goldobservers.com, for making the upcoming documentary free for everyone. And by the way, speaking of cool things to watch, did you guys see? And I'm not actually going to play the video here. I'm not actually going to do that. Did you guys see this video I posted today? This was a legit message I got from somebody. His name is Adam, same as my youngest son. His name caught my attention in the list of a bajillion messages. If you guys didn't watch this, it's really cool. It's really cool, but you should watch it with the sound on. However, if I play it with the sound on, they'll do stuff to me. Anyway, emergency planning. Let's go ahead and have the sun going in the background so you don't just have to look at me. That would really suck. Okay, so we've got this. And we've got this. I still have no idea why it puts me over here on this side. It makes no sense to me. I should be on the other side, right? Right? Okay. It is a very good thing that this week, the final CME of the sequence, the largest one, had almost entirely north-facing magnetic fields embedded within the shock wave in the plasma cloud. This basically means that what could have been a G5 storm, to be honest, if the first one was a G4, I was sitting there anxiously awaiting the last impact because I'm thinking to myself, are we about to get another G5 2 years in a row after not seeing one for 22 years? Really? Or 21 years? Instead, we basically got a level 2.5 to 3 storm. That's such a critically important thing to understand. And did we not just go over the importance of that magnetic field for a smaller solar storm sequence like a week before, maybe 10 days before? Are any of your short-term memories good enough to remember that? Like, we just went over that. And then this week's solar storm sequence rolls through, and we could tell very clearly the interplanetary magnetic field angle embedded within the shockwave was by far the most important thing, because when the last shockwave hit, it had the highest level of density. It peaked at over 1,000 kilometers a second. It was by far the fastest component in terms of a pure plasma pressure perspective. It was the most powerful shockwave. The magnetic field determines so much. And in fact, sometimes, we tend to get a flipping of that magnetic field about a day or two before coronal hole streams. And those are actually notorious for triggering geomagnetic storms in a preconditioning before the coronal hole stream actually arrives. And you check the peer-reviewed literature. If you know somebody in space weather, ask them, yeah, okay, solar flares, CMEs, coronal holes, filament eruptions, and turning of the BY, the interplanetary magnetic field, crossing the solar sector boundary, the heliospheric current sheet, can cause a geomagnetic storm at Earth. But by the way, if you ask an astrophysicist if crossing the galactic current sheet can cause a magnetic storm in the solar system, they're like, huh? Anyway, it's okay. Baby steps. They're getting there. By the way, this coronal hole right here, sorry, cursor needs to be over here. I'm still learning. This coronal hole right here is the one that is going to, I shouldn't say going to, at this point likely has already absorbed the Earth-directed component from this morning's coronal mass ejection. It's now just part of the fast-moving stream that we expect to arrive here in, somewhere between about 24 to 36 hours from now. It could arrive as early as this time tomorrow. So, hold on, what's somebody saying here? Dear Ben, won't be able to attend the premiere. Oh, that's nice of you, Paul. I appreciate that. I imagine it might be difficult for somebody to get out here in short notice. By the way, guys, I really do appreciate all the comments. I am seeing some of them. Some of them are very cool. Thank you all for the super chats, by the way. I do apologize. When we get to the Q&A, I will answer questions, but I probably will not be able to come back and find all of the questions. So if you do have questions you desperately want me to answer, try to hold off on those. The hell was I talking about? Anyway, the whole point of talking about the solar storm this past week was because we didn't have to worry about an emergency plan. And yet it was probably something that should have rolled through your head at some point. At what point? Well, first of all, do you have an emergency plan for something like that? What if next week there's an X10 and then an X20? Boom, boom, right at Earth. You've got 4 hours. What do you do? In 4 hours, Earth's going to be back in the Stone Age. There's going to be chaos everywhere. If you're following me on X, not just here, if you're following me on X, where I will be posting things like that instantly, or if you have the Carrington app or some other app, okay, you've got maybe an hour to collect things and drive and go. Get out of where you are. Because at this point, we have actually crossed a threshold where the chaos from an actual super flare event on the sun is going to begin before the actual event. Because when it's that big, word will get out. People will see other people behaving in a certain way, and everyone's going to figure it out. So I would say, if you're getting the notifications from me on X or some kind of app instantly, you've got an hour. Get your family, get everything, and go if you're not in your location. But let's say it's something like this past week. And it's not an X20 and an X3 and a bunch of things all together. And it's a subtle combination. Let's say that it had hit with south-facing magnetism, and the world went dark. How long do you wait? What's the first thing you do? What's your emergency plan? And you need one of these for this situation, but not just for this situation. You need one of these for all kinds of different situations. If you didn't have one in the summer of 2020, why? Why? It's something to consider, because we keep getting quite lucky. And one of these times we won't. And this is the reason you're all here, right? Is anybody here for some other reason? Is anybody here to look at my muscles? Is anybody here to hope somebody pisses me off in the chat and I get real salty and chimp out in front of 2,000 people? Okay, maybe some of you are hoping for that, but that's not actually why you're here, right? Like, okay, fine. Like maybe you're hoping for it, but that's not like why you're here. Eventually, Zach Turley, that is an absolute way to get blocked on this channel. Goodbye. I don't know if that worked through Restream, so Alpha or Stormy, if you're here, snipe Zach Turley for that trash. Absolute trash. Anyway. What's your emergency? Do you have an emergency plan? If all the lights went out, would you go immediately just in case? Knowing that if it's not the end, you feel a little silly for 5 seconds, Or maybe you don't. Maybe you're like, hey, glad I was ready. Or like, damn, that was good practice. When this actually goes down, I need to do this, 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 and this differently. And I got to go make sure I get this, this, and this. Do you wait 24 hours? Do you wait 72 hours? Dangerous. Oh, look, Miss Bahamas is back. Oh my God, she has the best emergency plan ever. Never let it be said you can't just shoot your shot on the internet and really, really capture someone's attention. She's been texting me, by the way, trying to distract me. You're not going to distract me, cutie. Do you warn your neighbors? Fuck no. I've already warned all my neighbors down at the ranch. They'll know what's going on. Miss Bahamas got me a little distracted right now. Emergency plan. By the way, I would like to share with you one of my many emergency plans. So let's say, all right, we all know that if I'm going to get censored somewhere, if I'm going to be taken down somewhere, where is it going to be? Right here. They're not going to ban me on X. If they haven't banned me on X by now, they're not going to. They have demonetized me. They have been like, we can't show ads anywhere even remotely close to a universe where you are tweeting, Ben. But at no point have I been like banned or restricted or in Twitter jail. I remember Facebook jail before I deleted my Facebook. That sucked. But no, seriously, what happens if one day you show up and I'm gone here? Where do you find me? What do you do? I will tell you what I will be doing, because this is the emergency plan. The morning news will be coming out two different ways. One, I will be posting it on Twitter, on X. Two, it will come directly through email to the subscribers of the Observer Review, our e-magazine. By the way, guys, I'm hoping that there are some of you here who saw the morning news show. I'm certain that you realized I didn't talk about the PDF of the textbook. I didn't talk about the winter tour today. I didn't talk about Observer Ranch. I just talked about Observer Review. It is the only publication on this planet that is tracking the disaster cycle. Do you find it difficult to show up every single day and remember everything I say and remember every single thing that I bring up in every link and how it fits into the disaster cycle and how the mainstream is trying to present it? But, oh, because you're an observer and you remember this paper and this paper and this paper, you know you actually have to go like this. And when you look at it from this angle, it's completely different. If you don't feel like doing all of that yourself and having that burden every single day, if you don't want to literally be held to that preposterously high standard of this class, to be at the high level of an observer and actually get what's going on and give yourself the best chances of survival, get the Observer Review. It has so much information. It's got more information in it than any book I have published. And you guys know, like this last book of mine, about 300 pages. Weatherman's Guide to the Sun, over 300 pages. There's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pages of material on the selectively on the most critical science for this audience right here. And what we have planned the rest of the year, 'tis a resource and part of my core emergency plan if I go down here. Far more likely than us, getting dropped by a super flare on any given day. Okay? granted, on a long enough timeline. But that's another story. By the way, the link to the Observer Review is down below the video. It's in there somewhere, but the link to the PDF, the Pole Shift Conference, May 1 through 5 this coming year, and the winter tour links are down there below. All the stuff is below, but seriously, those who have the Observer Review, I see your reviews of the review. I see your ratings. That's exactly what Bailey and I have been going for. And for those of you who have met Bailey, you know that she is an incredible resource for the community. Kat and I met her in 2014 when we were on tour in the Mobile Observatory. She was still in high school. She stayed into this material. She has a degree in science journalism. Yeah, somebody like that shouldn't just be doing social media posts. I had to get her doing something of value. And holy cow, is she good at this. And I'm okay at it as well. I'm better at making videos and making fun of you dumbasses when you're dumbasses in the chat. But I'm okay at writing as well. Those of you who have my book seem to like them. Anyway, do you have an emergency plan? What is it? When does it kick into gear? Have you thought about running it through once to see the holes, to see where you need to improve it, what you need to get for next time? And the Observer Review. Because if I disappear here, the Observer Review and Twitter is the only place I'm going to be. Other than that, you can come find me at Observer Ranch, which you actually should do, by the way. Okay. Let's see. What kind of questions do we have? Let's open it up. Does Ben have a ham radio? I do not have a ham radio. I think that they're going to break. I support you having one, though. I wish I was on Joe Rogan's show, too, but he's got to ask me first. Thank you. That is a good price for the Observer Review. For $6, you're going to get 2 years, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pages of Bailey and I selectively picking out the most important science and then explaining what it is, why you need to understand it, and how it fits into the bigger picture. It's your cheat code. It's the Cliff Notes to everything I put on the internet, here on YouTube, on X, my books, it's the cheat code, the Cliff Notes, Observer Review. $6 will get you access right now. Like, yeah, I want to see you guys at the winter tour. I want to see you guys come into the ranch. I do like it when you buy the book as well. All of this stuff, but like in terms of a resource, awareness, and we're also going to be adding in survival stuff and like stuff you can use for training. It's not just going to be the info dump. Now, the info dump is like A+, like cream-worthy kind of stuff, but it's going to, what we have planned this year, it's a resource. Thank you, Logan. I appreciate it. All right, now let's focus on questions. I got a little distracted there for a moment. I don't know if that sunspot's going to survive again. It already survived once. We watched its birth like a month ago, like right where it is now. And then it turned and it was pop, 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 pop. I dropped by the ranch. I dropped by the ranch and met Mike. Yeah, Mike's a good dude. Secret Squirrel says you're still waiting for your book. Have you emailed Kat? Have you emailed the ranch? I would do both of those things. Why do you want to survive the apocalypse? Because I'm not a little bitch. And I have children. And like, you're so lucky that your soul incarnated here during the cosmic fucking Super Bowl and you're going to bitch out? Why were you even born? Does that sound harsh? Good. Your mind is broken. Wake up. Do better. Take a better position on all of this. At what size flare do we need to turn the electricity off? Well, here's the thing. That's a good question, but there's two questions to that. There's at what flare size should you turn the electricity off? And then there's at what flare size does it not even matter if the electricity is off? Because they unplugged the telegraph machines in 1859 and then they caught on fire. So, I can't get my husband interested. Maybe I should come by myself. I should not have read that out loud. I wonder if Steve Jobs has been frozen in the hope to be revived in the future. I don't know, maybe. When do you think the electricity going to go out? I don't know. And I also don't know what level of flare it's going to take. No clue. Ben, do you need primitive skills educators? Probably. But that's not something I'm going to get into here on the live show. Come on now. Ben was very interesting on the Tim Pool. You know what? Tim Pool's got some haters. I don't know why. I mean, if you just dislike the guy for what he says, fine. But like, that's the fourth time I have been on with him. Twice in person, twice on one of those quick minute hits. His team is great. He is so nice. He is not like an elitist. He is down to earth. Literally, like, he could have a conversation with anybody. And he definitely does not get enough credit for how quickly and coherently he jumps from topic to topic to topic to topic to topic. Trust me, I do that within just the realm of science when I open it up to whatever the hell you psychos feel like asking me. This isn't easy, okay? Like, you could ask anything at any minute. There should be more respect for what Tim does. He's very good at it. And he's a good guy. And he's a new father, like a new husband. Like, Micronova, how long its duration? The flash, about a couple seconds. In general, a day. Ben, how do I be best buddies with Ben? Well, you'll definitely have to be in Colorado for that. How accurate are Jun Ho BTC simulations? What are you asking me? In terms of like what he's trying to simulate, they're fantastically perfect. In terms of what I think is really going to happen, no. I am talking to him about the pivot points, though, which we got nailed down today, actually. He might do my tilt. He might not. I don't know. We should just be thankful he exists and he's willing to do this stuff every once in a while for us. Greg kept spamming, asking for his IP address. Like what? I'm going to give that out. People are resources. Interesting. Patriot Plumber, I agree. Art Barn Farmer, what's up? When will you come to Idaho? I don't know, dude. I don't know. It's kind of boring there. If we signed up for 3 day of ethical, can we still upgrade? Yeah, but you got to call the ranch to do that because I don't know how that works. Or you got to email Kat. Gran, you have to have her email, right? Something like that. They will be able to do that. What will they say is happening when it happens? I don't think they're going to tell us anything. I think that they're going to go dark. When it's like that, Somebody just yelled, "I'm not a little bitch." There we go. Yeah. You look like Wolverine. I don't know. He's bigger than I am. What do you guys think? He's bigger than me, right? He's got to be. Hold on, wait. Just give me a second here. I couldn't do it. Nope, wrong. There we go. He's got it. Like, he's bigger than me, right? Like, I'm not small, but I'm not fucking Wolverine. I'm not as big as Hugh Jackman. Come now. No. I'm doing good. I'm doing all right for a dude in his 40s, but no, I ain't Hugh Jackman. What I'm aiming for is Henry Cavill. That might take some Cypionate, though. Not sure about that. Not enough foul for the amount of hats we need. Oh, that's funny. What's your favorite video game? I haven't played video games since Halo 2. Slayer. Yeah. Did that bring anybody back? Capture the flag. Killing spree. Kilimanjaro. Did you guys see somebody found that dude in real life and interviewed him, and he just did all of the voice things? Like he ran the entire audio of Halo 2 right there for the dude on the street. What do you tell your children? I don't tell my children jack shit. They are 8, 10, and 5. And a 5-year-old's autistic. I could tell him whatever the hell I want. Doesn't matter. When will you go north? I don't expect to go north. The only way I'm going north is if somebody can get me to Manitouge, Canada. Or if somebody's willing to go extract a human being from Manitouge, Canada, and bring them here. Take your tampon out and man up. Oh, you got me. Guilty. No woman should ever come alone. Good God. Am I that far behind in the chat? Okay. Nick and Ben need to do a show together. Are you talking Fuentes? Because that'd be badass. All right. So I'm so far behind, it's literally kicking me down the list here. Ben, received your book a couple weeks ago. Thank you, Grandpa Barbecue. All right, I'm going to have to speed through this a little bit better than I've been doing. Sign up here button on Observer Ranch Observer Review doesn't work. Did you use the link that I put down there? Really? It doesn't work? I'm sorry to hear that. How much of an impact do you think there would have been to the world's grids had that X5 been south polarity? I'm not sure. I was telling Tim yesterday that if it had been south-facing magnetism, I think G5 would have happened, and it's 50-50 whether we would have seen a major grid problem. My husband is on board 99% except for the unlocking of the crust. Besides Einstein and the mammoths, what stats info can I throw at him? I don't know. And it's not worth trying, to be honest with you. It's not worth trying. Does the crust flip affect the magnetic lines on the Mid-Atlantic Ridge? No. The north-south magnetic lines on the Mid-Atlantic Ridge post-flip, the lines should be different, showing a 6,000-year pattern. I completely disagree, Alan, because those are not showing the excursions at all. Those only show the full Cron magnetic reversals. How to survive micronova. Yep, got that class. Got that coming. Both at the ranch and an e-course. You have no idea what I have planned for you guys over the next year. You are all going to fucking survive. Like, for those of you who play golf, springtime comes around. You finally get out there, you swing the sticks. Are you familiar with the term the golf bug? I caught the golf bug. Tell me somebody's fucking heard that. When I started looking into whether or not me and the people I know were going to be able to create something like this, like I was going to move beyond just, hey, here's information, but hey, look, this is how we actually, I caught the bug. You are all going to survive. Why isn't Ben married to Miss Bahamas already? I'm trying to get her to move out here. So happy to hear Jun Ho is going to do too. I didn't say he's going to. I don't know. We nailed down where my exact pivot points are. But considering shelter under flat ground or basalt hillside, either one of those work really well. Hugh Jackman is like 5'4". No. All right, maybe I'm bigger. All right, now roids needed. I disagree, Brenton. So like, look, you give me some testosterone cypionate injections. I bet I'm a fucking monster in 8 weeks. Monster in 8 weeks. I'm like a mini monster now. I look like Jake Gyllenhaal. I don't know. Is that a compliment? You're 90 pounds too small. You might not be wrong, Wild Things. I can't call it. I hope you're not just like talking shit because you don't like me and you're being funny. But like, you might not be wrong. I might need to put on like 90 pounds or something. Ben is Temu Wolverine. Dude, that is awesome. I'll wear that. No, I was saying I'm nowhere near Hugh Jackman. I'm Temu Wolverine. I'll take it. Damn. Temu Wolverine. Temu Geralt. I'd rather wear that one. Jennifer. The Henry Cavill one, not the new asshole, okay? Anyway. Massive outage yesterday in western South Dakota and eastern Wyoming due to the solar storm. I'm almost certain it was. That's what I was referring to this morning. In the morning show today, I was talking about there was a bunch of confusion because people were like, wait a minute, we have these power outages and there was a ton of network outages yesterday. I don't know if you're aware of this. Tons of network outages yesterday, system glitches, satellite issues, GPS connected to agricultural things, and even those expensive robot lawnmowers. Like, that was actually a story. Like, those went haywire. 'Twas a thing. 'Twas a thing. Dirt Blurp says, oh my God, shut up. Oh my God, no, you shut up. Oh my God, like, no, like, you shut up. That's about as gay as I get right there. I loved Halo 2, but again, that was 18 years ago. I've not played a video game in 18 years. I heard they remade Halo. Not interested. I don't know. I look sunburnt? I don't think so, bro. That's this. If I put this down here, do I still look sunburnt? I don't think so. It's this. That looked cool as shit. Hold on. The latest solar storm didn't really surprise me at all. Man, this is going so fast. I actually cannot keep up with everything. Even with prep items, we don't know where to go. I'm going to be telling you what to get, what you need to learn, the skills you need, how to create your plan, protocols to put in place, tons and tons of Can you just fucking trust me? I got you. Handled like you know space weather's fucking handled every morning. Virtual cockpit. Anything he's doing, I'm interested in. The shit you sent me was good. Emergency plans, ? L August, go back to the start of the video. Yeah, can everyone stop saying stuff, please? Ben wants Nova to hurry up, so I'll get out. Oh, Miss Bahamas again. Oh, that was 5 minutes ago. Use him for fringe benefits, meow. Oh my God. Oh my. Ben wants the Nova to hurry up, so I'll go out there sooner for my emergency plan and use him for my fringe benefits, meow. Never hear Ben say fuck. I say fuck and I say faggot on this live stream all the time. It's important. It's very important you don't be a faggot in the chat. I will call you out. And as always, we are using the South Park definition. And back when I was in middle school, I didn't think it was cool to call a gay person a faggot. You don't call a gay person a faggot. You call someone a faggot when you're being a faggot. Thank you for the teal pair, Forerunner. Appreciate that. I'm going to try to get a little bit ahead here so that you guys type happy and I can actually see the chats. Will Greenland go at a tilt with the Earth's rotation or straight to the equator? You're a Viking, dude. Denver does suck pond water. So basically, it's going to be a constant recalibration of the rotational angle as the tilt is occurring. It's extremely difficult to describe, and even it's impossible to hold a globe and show it. It's not actually possible to show what that is, because you literally have to be doing this like constantly while you're also turning at the same. Anyway, I'm going to chalk this up to the sun, and my sweetheart's personal care assistant. His blood pressure this afternoon was normally live like a Viking. Oh, it's Susie. That's you. Hello to you and to Leia. Miss you both. Ben, the kill shot, and we have 4 hours till darkness. If it's a super flare level, yes. If it's a number of smaller things all combined together, then we have however long they take to get to us. Carmela Ella, yes, I do love you guys. Of course I do. What do you think I'm doing here? This isn't that fun. Hugh Jackman is 6'2". Okay, that makes more sense. 5'4". What the? I am not Hugh Jackman, and I'm definitely not Henry Cavill, which is what I'm aiming for. I'm aiming for Henry Cavill, and it's going to be a minute, obviously. But we've come a long way, have we not? Do you remember what I looked like? Oh my God. Then my 7-month-old Mateo is watching this with me right now. He loves this. Cut's looking good, by the way. Always Christ is King. America first. Absolutely. And by the way, if I can quickly, since you said America first, yeah, I would talk to Nick Fuentes tomorrow. I like that guy. And if you have a problem with that, you can go fuck yourself. I don't care. My last name's Davidson. I know exactly what I'm talking about. Pair character flying in the air with a red cape and a smile on his face. Jeff, it's good to see you. Scrolling. Got your book. Thanks, Joe. Joe, thank you for this on Telegram a minute ago. Appreciate that. I finally figured out how to join Telegram, and the first thing Joe Peterson does is go like this. Ben is gay. They're on to me. Wow. Your boy Diamond is butthurt you were on Tim Pool. Man, I don't know why he decided. Like, he and I were friends once upon a time, and then something happened. Like, whatever part of his brain broke when he was in prison, like, reignited all of a sudden and was directly focused at Kat. He said the most horrible things to her on Facebook. So I stepped in and I was like, right here, bitch. And he and I went back and forth. And ever since then, he has just been shit talking me and asking for a debate or something. And I'm like, dude, I'm not platforming your psycho ex-felon ass. Like, the hell's wrong with you? And like, you know what? I know there's a lot of ex-felons watching me, and I don't give a shit about that. But if what happened to you in the process of being a felon caused you to go from being a relatively reasonable and intelligent human being to sometimes being a complete fucking psycho, it is a relevant aspect of the conversation. I'm getting important text messages. The whole island of Dominican Republic went dark. I saw that, but it was actually before the storm struck. I'm not sure about that. I know Cavill's 6'1". I'm like this close. I'm like just under 6'1.5 inches. Like, if I was a douchebag, I'd be like, I'm 6'1.5 inches. But I just say I'm like, I put 6 feet on everything. You were saying something about an emergency plan? Yeah, I did a lot about it. Go back and watch Secret Squirrel. What do you recommend replacing video games with for the purpose of unwinding at the end of the day? Literally anything. How about something that prepares you for the end of the world? How about some fucking push-ups? How about some push-ups? Anything other than video games to end your day, to wind down. What are you winding down for anyway? Do you know how many video games I watch? Do you know how much television I watch? Let me explain something to you. When I do not have the children and I am not doing things for this channel, I admit, I've been single for a little while and I've been going on dates. But when it's not that, there is no free time. There's no napping. There's no relaxing. There's no chilling. There's no having a beer. There's no, oh, hey, what are you doing? You want to go to Garden of Gods, go for a hike? Oh, hey, like, you want to go watch the Steeler game? No, I don't have any fucking free time. Every second I have is working to prepare myself and my children to waltz into the next stage of Earth. And if you're not doing that already, you're fucking dead. If you're not doing that right now, what are you doing? How are you spending your time? And what the fuck is wrong with you? God would be disappointed. Would be. Is disappointed. Sweden lost a huge generator that supplies Poland. Actually, that was last year, and I reported on that this morning. Oh, Homath has entered the chat. Hello. Ben, what are your thoughts on Cascadian fault line going first? I don't know. What, New Madrid, Cascadia, New Madrid, San Andreas, Campi Flegrei, Taupo. I have no. That's the rub of all this. We don't get a full playbook. Post Novo, Ben will be busy at the ranch watering flowers all day and night. Oh my God, Miss Bahamas. When she says watering flowers, that's exactly what she means. Ladies, whoever is your crush out there, shoot your shot. Just do it. You can't imagine how rare that is for dudes. And if you got anything going for you like she does, holy crap. Awesome with Ben. If anybody knows Mr. Fuentes, please give him my number. Watch out for the Barracudas, Ben. They will distract you from the mission. That distraction is my weakness. It's not drinking. It's not drugs. Based weather news. I like that. I'm going to steal that, Chiller Miller. Iceman, you must be young. All right, I don't think you're talking to me. Michael Savage or Mark Levin? I don't know who Michael Savage is, but Mark Levin can go fuck himself. Will the earth wobble when the crust shifts as the earth rotates? Maybe it will, maybe it won't. Tim Pool is the GOAT. You know what? I think he's awesome. Don't tell no one. Ben's gay. We should start this rumor. That would actually be funny. Does Ben stack gold and silver? I stack silver. I don't have enough money to stack gold. It doesn't matter how. I couldn't sell enough books and do other stuff. And YouTube has decided that I'm worthy of literally the lowest tier of advertising revenue. There's nothing that will actually get me to a point where I can stack gold. But I do stack silver proudly. What is Ben's favorite firearm for the apocalypse? I love my Smith & Wesson 9mm handgun. I just do. Were book buyers supposed to get the PDF too? Yes, it came into you via email. Can Mike help me with caring for chickens? Want to visit the ranch more often to learn? Yes, caring for chickens is going to be one of the things we do next year. In terms of like literally the classes, and there's also going to be like other material on it as well. I'm going too slowly in the chat here. I'm bad at this. What happened to Trevor Toller? He and I got in a disagreement. that I thought was a little disagreement. And I woke up the next morning to find out the dude hated my fucking guts. That one hurt. I had that dude at my house. Like, why are you so upset, bro? Because I'm a baby. Chop some fucking wood to unwind. That's better than video games, sure. I'm still 5 minutes behind on the chat. All right, I'm going to scroll until I see a super chat. That's the only thing I can think of to do. Large detailed map color coded for what exactly to prepare for in the works. Would buy, also read faster. You missed my first super chat. I'm sorry about that, Nelly. You might want to send me a DM with exactly what you mean by that large detailed map color coded for what exactly to prepare for in the works, because I don't know how you do that in a map form. That's kind of like a list or sort of a flow chart kind of thing. But if you want to send me a message on X, which is really the only way I interact with you people anymore, email, what the fuck is that? Yeah, happy to do that. Wow, Ben has been radicalized. Been radicalized? I've been thinking this way since I decided it based on my own experience and my own interactions with those humans as a child. Fuck you. Nobody controls what I think. If somebody controlled what I think, you wouldn't know what the fucking micronova was. You would have no idea about my version of the crustal shift. You would also have no fucking idea about ECDO, because Ethical Skeptic credits me with actually getting him interested in any of this. Without me, you have none of any of this. Shut the fuck up. Nobody can control what I think. That's one of the reasons I'm me and you're you. I can think originally. I can think outside of the box. And I am ultimately suspicious whenever somebody really wants me to believe something. So, no, I haven't been radicalized. I am observant. I'm the fucking suspicious observer. And I have been watching this my entire life. And I see that it wasn't just my little corner of the world and in my childhood and in my time. It's everywhere. America first. Yeah, I'm a fucking Groyper, and if you don't like it, fuck off. Have I made myself clear? Nobody put this idea in my head. I've been on this planet for 41 years. I can think too. Fuck you. JC Warlock asks, at what point of the excursion do people turn cannibalistic with a reduction in magnetic field density? Does strong induction reanimate recent death? Holy shit, what a terrifying concept. I don't know about that last part, although there's got to be a reason why there's so much zombie lore that seems like planted in there somewhere. With the mouse model and that experiment, the mice were doing that within about a day of no magnetic field, of complete hypomagnetic field. Now, that's not what we're going to be having here on Earth. And I think that the cannibalism is mostly going to be based on desperation rather than some kind of actual zombification of the people. But still. Brett Weinstein did a great job covering space weather. I can't wait to see if there's like a huge drop, like if like several hundred people are just gone from my subscriber list tomorrow because they don't like what I just said. I can't even say I'll be at all upset by that at all in any way. Crystal meth clear. Oh. Yeah, I'm clearly a meth head. Yes, it's possible to be on tons of meth or tons of cocaine or anything like that and look anything like this and do what I do every single day. Genius. All right, so I saw somebody wrote, "Don't eat people." Yeah, I'd like to think we don't need to say that, but don't eat people. It may have been an okay plan for the disaster before the vaccine. It's not an okay plan anymore. Don't eat people. But the mice, they were in a perfectly habitable environment. Like the control mice, they observed like they were doing it for fun. I don't know if I know they were raping for fun. And the mice were raping for fun when they took away the magnetic field. JC Warlock, you and I have like really, really done something to the last couple minutes of this live stream. Okay. But yeah, I would expect to see, I don't know. You know, who knows how the humans are going to react. I'd like to think we're slightly different mice. Big fan, Ben, but that clip of you yelling undermines your message. I don't give a shit. Undermines my message. What? To who? Do you think I'm like pleading for thousands of new followers and people to? No, we got a good number. We got a real good number, actually, with just what we got right here. If nobody else learns a single thing about the disaster cycle and they just accept their time when it comes, I won't give a flying fuck. That's not my job. I know what my job is. That's what I do. And you should see what I have in mind for a little self-promotion, a promotion I have given myself to not only do and continue to do all of the things I have been doing, but expand in the ways that I have been describing thus far here on the program, which led to me saying things like, I got you. Message, my reputation. What fucking reputation? I tried it the nice way. I tried it the nice, politically correct, peer-reviewed way. I found the system was fraudulent. Just as Michael Burry did when he tried to short the housing market. Got lucky and it played out at the end of the day. Anything look interesting on the incoming limb? Not yet, but I'm obviously paying attention as much as I can. Have we really already been here an hour? Yeah, Alpha, you're right. I'm sorry. I do get so frustrated by stupidity. It's another one of my weaknesses, along with gorgeous women. Thank you for the teal pair, MG. Wind down at the end of the day. Are you kidding me? Spinning yarn to make fabric on the loom. Of course, that's Susie. Putting up food, training to be a Viking. Yeah, Susie, we know you don't wind down with video games at the end of the day. Evidence the sun eruptions are not random. No evidence of that whatsoever. This is completely natural. I don't know what you could possibly be talking about, Bob. Ben, I need to borrow tools. I'm going to be 30 miles from a ranch. I don't know what you are asking me for, Birdie, but I live in the Springs, so if you need something, you might want to call Mike. Air Force white paper on biomagnetics was very interesting. Yeah, it was, Warlock. You're not wrong. Who else wants to launch flat earthers into space? That'd be fun, Dusters. I'm down. Chrissy, I like that hippo character. It's cute. Yes, human flesh containing spike protein, Jared, is exactly what I was talking about. Oh, missed one. There we are. What's up, my salty brother? Me and the fam will see y'all at the ranch before too long. Right on, Nate Dogg Actual. Does that mean you're the actual Nate Dogg? Like, oh no. Look at who they let in the back door. What? Would you ever wear a grill? Fuck yeah, I'd wear a grill. Like, not every day, but like I busted out on a live stream. I'd do a live stream in a grill. Hell yes, I would. Why wouldn't I do something like that? As Frank Reynolds once said to Mac, Charlie, Dennis, and D, I don't know how many years we got left on this planet. I'm going to get real weird with it. That was good. More questions, less arrogant pride. Quoth Anon. Your father must be just so disappointed in you. Does the chaff make the sun look white? No, the changing magnetic field of Earth is a changing lens through which we view the sun. Until the actual central magnetic reversal point comes, the dust has no way to accumulate. The solar wind and the photoionization of the ultraviolet brightness are still blasting it away once it gets to the upper corona. But the fact that we're seeing it increasing at that level, not yet able to accumulate, tells us all that has to happen is the short circuiting of the photospheric and chromospheric electric potential during the actual galactic magnetic reversal, and all that's going to stick and the luminosity is going to die at the exact same time. The white color is due to its normal luminosity being seen through a altered lens. Aw, you are fucking hot when you are pissed. Why, thank you, Megan. I hope Miss Bahamas doesn't get too jealous at that and the literally 200 other comments. You guys don't need to say that. I have mirrors. And as Miss Bahamas will tell you, my ego's too big to begin with. Dude, home math. I'll be there in a second. Fuck. Are you going to save your ex-wife since she's the mother of your kids? I'm going to love Catherine till the day I die. Nothing will stop that. Yes, she's the mother of my children. And as some of you recently found out, I should never, obviously, say anything bad, but I get frustrated with my ex sometimes. The only one who's allowed to say anything bad about my ex is me, because to the rest of you, she's the mother of my children, and I'll take your fucking head off. Thank you for the teal pear, Birdie. I appreciate that. Space weather plus autistic small child. Advice, sir. I don't have any advice. I don't even know what you're asking me there. Therein, Witten says that there's a direct correlation between when Taco Bell was opened and solar flares increasing. And I gotta say, that sounds like Nobel Prize level shit right there. Just escaped the Springs. Now I'm in Canyon City. Oh, that's not bad, Harrison. Did you come hang out? Why is Ben worried? Who the fuck said I'm worried? You're worried. I'm not crying. You're crying. NASA will tell us if we have anything to worry about. That's funny, Joyful Lion. I'm gonna move past it. Ben says, shoot your shot. Next thing we know, the hunters become the hunted. Run. Keep it in the science. Fuck yourself. I'll talk about whatever the fuck I want. If I want to come on here and talk about diet, biohacking, the gym, and sex for 2 hours, that's what I'll fucking do, because it's my channel. My God, some of you are such bitches. It is unbelievable. Can I actually block you here? Yes, I can. Goodbye. This is fun, actually. Any evidence the sun eruptions are directionally biased to imply conscious direction by the sun? No. Bob, it's like somebody told you like 5% of all of my biggest topics, and then they didn't tell you anything else. Bob, you should come hang out at the ranch, dude. We'll get you squared away, man. Megan Root, you've been watching since 2014. That's awesome. That makes you an SOOG. Stephen Burns is literally here being a faggot in the chat on fake accounts. And I have seen him do this before. I just couldn't be sure. I figured it out for sure after the last one. He is here trying to promote himself in the chat. Dude, Stephen Burns, you're such a little bitch. Dude, I would love to have a boxing match with you, dude. I don't know how old you are. I don't know how big you are. I hope you're a little younger and I hope you're a little bigger. So you have just enough idiocy to say yes. Dude, somebody just typed Nape Dogg died in 2015. That can't. Oh, really? Fuck. I didn't know that. I've been focused on the sun since, well, before that. I had no idea. Damn. That's unfortunate. Yeah, Always Sunny is the best show ever. All right, I've got to scroll through all the way down to the bottom. Oh, somebody thinks I'm high. Yes, I'm clearly stoned out of my mind. All right. Well, I have to say, it's usually challenging to Dolly. I have 4 admins. More than one is here right now, I'm pretty sure. It is always challenging to do this. But I gotta say, Jenny, I'll talk about the 7,000 thing in just a second. You guys absolutely owned me tonight. Holy cow. The chat kicked my ass. Like, I can't try to explain it away or dance around it. You guys straight up kicked the shit out of me tonight with the chat. I could not keep up at all. Well done. Got my ass handed to me just now. Holy damn. All right. The $7,000 thing. So at one point from last night into this morning, my replies on X, Twitter, something like 50 or 60 in a row were just $7,000. Something happened and Israel spent a bajillion dollars and they flooded X. Every post in the timeline was either pro-Israel this or anti-Tucker this or pro-Ben Shapiro this or anti-Nick Fuentes that. And the recent thing was that it was leaked that Israel was going to be paying $7,000 for the pro-Israel social media posts. And I can't believe what I watched happen to X over the last 36 hours. Israel took over the fucking platform. They completely took over. America first. And no, we don't want another Holocaust. We don't want to bring back slavery. We don't want to take your rights away. I want all of these anti-male, anti-white, anti-Christian, anti-American articles that have a suspiciously large percentage of them being by Gold or Berg or Stein to fucking disappear. I want our money to stop going to Israel, and I want there to be more than one member of my government that doesn't have a fucking AIPAC person. That's it. Nothing else. No Holocaust. No slavery. We're not going to kick you out like you've been kicked out of everywhere else that really wasn't your fault. It was everybody else's fault every single time. It wasn't you. We don't want to we just want you to quit fucking with us. Quit fucking with the West. Quit fucking with white people. Quit fucking with Christians. Quit tearing down men. In that respect, Groyper, America first. And it's not fuck Israel, it's dude. Check yourself and back up so we can be friends again. How's that? It's not fuck Israel. It's dude, you ain't been right. Check yourself right now. There's going to be some changes. We need to do this so we can be friends going forward into the future. And if you have a problem with that, if that makes me a Nazi, if that makes me Hitler, I guess I'll go listen to that song from Yee on repeat. See you in the morning for the Daily Show, faggots.